Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv and this is a reading vlog. I have been just struggling to get back into the habit of reading every day. This year it hasn't been going well, so I am going to be doing the reading 200 pages a day challenge. I was originally going to do this as like a celebration for when I hit 200 subscribers, but then since Kayla put me in her Reading BookTube's Best Books video, I rapidly grew past the 200 while I was just working on a bunch of other content, so I couldn't do it. But now I've hit 300 subscribers, so it can be to celebrate 300, but we're still only doing 200 pages because I'm not a god, okay? I don't have time for 300 pages a day. I'm just gonna be doing this. Today is Monday the 3rd, and I'm gonna do it through Friday the 7th, so 5 days, so 1,000 pages. I think we can do it. My work schedule on the weekends is just crazy, so there's no possible way that that's gonna happen for me. It just can't. To kick this off, I am in the middle of a book. I'm in the middle. I'm in like the first 60 pages of Slewfoot by Brahm. This is my in real life book club book this month, or it was for last month, and we've pushed book club the past 2 weeks, which worked out well for me. I almost had to binge this in a day when I just simply didn't have the time. So I'm 67 pages in. I have 244 pages left, and honestly I would just love to read all of them today, so start off the challenge strong and get 244 pages in. That being said, this weekend at work was crazy and it's now like 4 o'clock, so I am very far behind on starting this, but I'm home alone for the next few hours and I have the audiobook as well as the ebook for this, so I'm gonna power through that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick up after Slewfoot, but I do know it's going to be by a woman or a non-binary person because it is International Women's Month. So I did go through and I just pulled out a bunch of books on my physical TBR by women that I'm excited to read, that I want to get to soon. I have a few things for like online book clubs that I should read, like Don't Let the Forest In and You Made a Fool of Death with Her Beauty. Is that one by Quick Amezi? Is that the full title? I don't know. What else did I have? Oh, I'm thinking Blob, a love story by Maggie Sue. I really want to read that. I've now been gabbing for 6 minutes, so we're going to start reading soon. But let's chat about the book so far, what it's about and what I've been thinking. In this book, we're following Apatha. It's colonial New England, Connecticut, 1666, I believe. And Apatha is an English woman who her father was like, I need some cash. I'm going to sell you. You're going to America. You're going to meet a man. You're going to marry a man you've never met. All right? Apatha doesn't really have, like, she likes this man she's married to. It kind of feels, he's 10 years her senior. Most of the time it's a little more like father figure-esque, but he's a man in this society who actually listens to Apatha and lets her speak her mind, which is very rare in this Puritan town that they live in. And he's also always having to remind her that if other people see you talking like this or doing this, you're gonna end up in the stocks. They're probably gonna like whip you. So you gotta kind of like keep it under control. Navy? He's barking. Okay, hi. Very early on in the book, Apatha's husband dies under mysterious circumstances as this entity in the ground is being born or reborn, and that is Slewfoot. Since it is the 1660s, Apatha is immediately being like tried to be given to her late husband's brother, and she's like, no. Actually, my job in his death is to carry on everything as he would please, and I'm going to run this farm by myself because I am not going to be living with this slimy little man of a brother that my husband had. No, thank you. So Apatha is kind of trying to find her way, and where I am, I do believe she is about to meet Slewfoot. I think Slewfoot, he's waking up, he's like this old entity, but he has truly no memory of who he is or what he's supposed to do. He doesn't know if he's supposed to be a protector of the land that he's on or a predator or both. And Apatha, you know, her husband's dead. She likes to make little tinctures and wards, so obviously people are gonna think that she's a witch. And I do certainly think that they're gonna make kind of a strange little friendship, relationship, something, and everything in this little colonial town's gonna go haywire. It is so far really reminding me of The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, just like Abatha out in the creepy little woods in this Puritan society, so I am really certainly eating it up. I have 244 pages left, so I am just gonna go hop into this and hopefully I can finish it. Maybe once I hit my 100-page mark for the day, I will check back in with you, but otherwise, I'm just gonna start reading. Do you want to read with me? Hours later, I did all my chores, I've done all my stuff. I have read exactly 100 pages. I'm 100 pages further into Slewfoot. I'm having a really good time. I do really enjoy this. What can I tell you about it that wouldn't be considered a spoiler? Right now, we're really just following Abatha and Slewfoot, or Samson's, friendship as they get to know each other. Samson has no clue who he is or why he's been awakened, which is why he's being called Samson, but he's like hoping he's some sort of god or lord or magic fairy man of the woods. And Abatha's just trying to keep her farm, trying to do whatever she needs to do to keep her late husband's brother the frick away from her so she can just live her life and be happy. It did take me a little longer to get this far in, so I will hit my 200 pages tonight. It's only like 7, but I might leave the last 44 that I have left for tomorrow, and then I'll pick up something new. I was like, I have a morning shift tomorrow, so I can probably read the last 44 pages when I wake up before work, and then pick up something else for the last 156 after work. This might be my last update though for tonight, obviously. My roommates are slowly trickling in. If anything, I'll just pop in a little after midnight once everyone's in bed to let you know final page count. But enough lollygagging. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I don't know if this is 5-star energy. You know how some books you just like you know in your bones at some point. It doesn't feel like that, but depending on how or where the story goes, it could. But I think it's probably gonna be more around a 4. Any hoobst. Let me see. In the audiobook, I have 6 hours and 45 minutes left, but I'm listening at nearly 3 times the speed. So maybe just 2.5 more hours of reading. I have to cook dinner at some point, so hopefully I'll be done by 10. I think I can be done by 10 p.m. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go read. Okay, it is update time, but... Okay, maybe we can make this work. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, update time. It is now Tuesday, so day 2 of my reading 200 pages a day. This morning I woke up. If you didn't notice, I did not finish Slewfoot last night, but I did read 201 pages. So I woke up this morning, I read the last 43 pages. I enjoyed it. I liked the ending. I'm a little... Oh my god, that's the wind. I'm a little conflicted on the rating. I thought that the depiction or the narrative of the indigenous people in Slewfoot was a little questionable at best, you know. And I read the acknowledgments for every book, and Bram put like a thank you to the indigenous people he talked to, like about the Pequot tribe and their perspective and learning from them. So I was like, maybe I'm just like overthinking or being dramatic, but I was looking at Goodreads reviews, and one of my friends who is in fact indigenous felt the same way. Like just a little bit of a sour taste of like the white man writing and like, hey, natives were colonizers too kind of vibe. And I feel like maybe you could have done without just that part, just that implication, and the story would have been the exact same and you wouldn't have lost anything. So that was like my biggest qualm with that. So I think like 3.5, 4 stars. I really liked everything else that was happening in Slewfoot. That just left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. And then today I had no idea what I wanted to read, so I brought I'm a Fan and American Street by E.B. Zaboy to work, and I stopped at the coffee shop after, and I started a little bit of both. I read the first 2 chapters of American Street, and then I started I'm a Fan, and then I kept thinking about American Street because there's just something about E.B. Zaboy's writing that, like, hook, line, sinkers me, so I went back to it. And then I haven't actually done the math for how much I've read. I'm probably, like, 50-ish pages away, maybe. I read 43 pages of Slewfoot, 27 of I'm a Fan, so that's 70. And then 78 of American Street, which is 148, I think. It's quick math, so who knows. That's better. Yeah, I think 148 pages, which I can definitely do tonight, especially if I'm reading American Street, because it's YA and it just goes a lot faster. I had a plan today. I was like, you're not going to have much time to read once you get home. So hopefully if you get out of work early, you'll be able to read fast. Well, not fast, but you'll be able to stop at a coffee shop and get some reading done before you go home. So I picked I'm a Fan because I'm pretty sure it has some short chapters, and then American Street because it's YA. What are the books about, you may ask? I'm a Fan. We are following this woman who, now that I'm thinking about it, has not been named, and I don't know that she will be because no one else has really been named either. And she is obsessed with the woman who is sleeping with the man who she used to sleep with and like wants to be with. And she's just like parasocial relationship, stalking her relentlessly on Instagram. I don't know how I feel about it. I obviously don't like our main character, and I think she's annoying, and it's designed that way, but I just like I'm not very motivated to pick it up and read another chapter. Like, I was just like, even when the chapter was like a page and a half, I was like, is this still going? Girl, like, are we still talking about this? So hopefully once I get a little further into it, I'll be enjoying it a bit more. And then American Street is about this young girl who she is coming to, or back to America. She was born in America and went back to Haiti when she was a baby. And her mom are going back to America to live with her aunt and her cousins in Detroit. But when they land in New York, her mother gets detained, and she just has to continue traveling on her own. And it's her trying to build this life for herself in Detroit without her mom, and like getting to know her cousins and getting to know this new country that she's living in. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I read Pride by E.B. Zaboy maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I was obsessed, and I immediately bought American Street, and it has just been sitting on my shelf ever since. So I'm excited to finally get to it. That's really the only update I have so far. 52 more pages today, and I am golden. I thought I was going to be struggling a lot more with this, so thankfully there's that. I do have, I think, Tomie or Tomie by Junji Ito at home in case there's a day where I just completely slip up, but I'm trying to do all novels for this, but maybe one day I'll have to, utilize Junji Ito. The sun is setting. I am gonna lose my lighting. I will update you guys probably later tonight, see how many more pages I get in. Obviously, I'll get in 52, but hopefully some more. Did I say 58 earlier? I have 52 more pages to read. Okay, I have to go to the bank and run some errands. I will chat with you later once I've read some more. Okay, I know the lighting is terrible, but it's my roommate's work from home day, which hopefully you can't hear them because they're on a call. Happy Wednesday. Last night I made it to page 135 in American Street. So I read 205 pages yesterday, so I'm at 406. Yeah, because Monday was 201. So I'm really enjoying this. I am enjoying the direction the story is taking. There's like a little bit of magical realism with like a crossroads god, which I'm enjoying. And she's kind of like starting a relationship with a man, she thinks, but then she's also been offered a very dangerous way for her to ensure that her mother can get out of this attainment camp and can be with her. And so she's trying to decide what she's gonna do and if she's gonna do it. And just the writing, it sucks me in. She's so good and I just love it so much. This morning I woke up late because my sleep schedule is so fucked. I like blinked last night and it was 3:50 in the morning. So I got up this morning, I immediately picked up I'm a Fan for a bit. I only read 20 pages. I'm still kind of feeling the same way. It's obviously written very beautifully. Like, I'm highlighting stuff. It is good in that aspect. And I was reading about this author. This is her debut book, but she is a poet.
My name is Philip. I am a poet.
And I think that really shows. I'm not sure how I'm feeling yet. I'm fine with unlikable characters, but I have to like care about them a little bit in some sort of way. And right now I don't. I just don't. I like everything she's saying, but I'm just not completely down yet. So we'll see how this continues to go as we're watching our main character like struggle with her self-esteem and what she wants out of life and the crazy ways she's going about trying to get it, because it's just not what she should be doing. And we'll see if my opinions change at all. But for the rest of the day, since I overslept, I have a little less than 4 hours before I have to leave to work, and I have 180 pages to read today. So if for some reason I can't get a majority of this done, because I actually think I only have like 180 something pages left of this, so I would have to read all of this, I might have to ask my friend Junji for some help, you know? That being said, I should still be home by like 11:30, 11:45 tonight from work. So if I only have like 20 or 30 pages of this, like I'll just pick this up. But if for some reason something goes awry and I have like 100 pages left to get through, I'll pick up this. Or I could just like punish myself tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so I think it's going to be very easy to hit my 200 pages. So I'm like, if I have like 40 pages left and I don't do it, I have to read double that tomorrow, and then tomorrow I have to read like 280. So we'll see what I do, but I don't want to fail at 200 pages a day, so I don't think it'll be the punishment route. But I'm going to go hop back into this and just try to like binge it, because that's what I'm feeling. I think I'm going to be incapable of binging I'm a Fan, and so I'm going to have to pick something else. I'm leaning toward Blob. These are my choices for the month. I could read Four Aunties and a Wedding or Finally Get to Yellowface. I also was just reading a bunch of first pages a few days ago, and I got really sucked into While We Were Burning by Sarah Coffey. So I could read that. I have a lot of options. I think I want to save You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty for the Trans Rights Readathon at the end of the month. But I do have another quick A-Mezzy, so I could if I wanted. But we'll see what I'm feeling tomorrow. For now, I'm going to go hop into this, and I will update you probably around midnight tonight, so I'll see you there. Okay, as promised, here I am with a midnight update. It's 12:06. I got home probably less than 10 minutes ago. But I am happy to report that I'm hopefully in focus. I am happy to report I finished American Street like 5 minutes before I had to start getting ready for work today. So thrilled that I don't have to do any extra reading tonight, which I think leaves me, so I had 189 pages of this left. I read 20 pages of I'm a Fan this morning, so it puts me at 209 pages. Honestly, probably some more because I read both the author's note and the acknowledgements, but we'll just count novel pages for this because that's what I've been doing. I gave this 5 stars. I had such an incredible time reading this. I really can't tell you anything else going on in the story than I did earlier, unless we want to get into spoiler territory, which we're not going to, but I'll just say I loved watching Fabiola like on this journey, and I think there's something about YA, like now that I'm an adult, I can just read it and go, and I'm never trying to figure out the ending like I am with every other story. So I just had some surprises. Like it went in some directions that I wasn't fully expecting. I didn't really know like what direction Ibizoe was gonna take this dangerous route that Fabiola or Fabulous has been offered to try to get her mother back, but I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed is probably not the right word, but I thought it was very well done. And just her writing is so good. I can't find any of my highlights, but just know I highly enjoyed this. I should tab my books, but I don't. I own hundreds of tabs. Don't ever tab anything. Okay, but it is midnight and I do need to go shower because my boss will not turn the heat off at work. And it was 50 degrees today, and the heat was still on, and we were busy, and I'm just gross. I'm gross. I did run a poll in one of my Discords about what I should read next, what I should pick up tomorrow, and I lost it. I put up Blob, Four Aunties and a Wedding, While We Were Burning by Sarah Coffey, and Yellowface, and unshockingly, Yellowface won by 5 votes, so I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow. I guess not unshockingly, a lot of people in my Discord also like weird fiction, so Blob had a chance and is the only other one that got votes, but so I'm gonna pick up Yellowface tomorrow, finally, after all of the strife I have had with this book, but we can talk about that tomorrow. I feel like I had something to say, I don't know. These midnight updates, they're not good for my brain. Tomorrow, we're gonna start Yellowface. I have some chores to do, but otherwise I'm off. Oh, and I have to film my February wrap-up, because tomorrow, which is technically today, is the 6th. So I have to film that and get that up, and I have a book haul that I need to film. I haven't posted anything since like the first couple weeks of February, so I need to get some crack-a-lackin' on some video editing. But that's all. Oh, I also might pick up Hood Feminism for a little tomorrow, just because I keep forgetting that I got my audiobook loan back in from the library to the point where now it is due again in a couple days because I forgot that I had it on Libby. So I need to read a couple more sections of that. All right. I will see you tomorrow when I am much more coherent with a reading update. I did not have a productive start to my day as I was planning, because it is now 3 minutes till 4 p.m. and I have only read 30 pages, but I have read 30 pages of Yellowface so far. I'm enjoying this so far, and I am stopping to update because I just got to a passage I had read before. So if you've ever watched Allie from Allie DeLuise Read, when she's doing a book haul, sometimes she'll just be like, let's open to a random page, point, and read the sentence, because I know the writing is going to be beautiful. And one night, probably after I had watched one of her book hauls and I couldn't sleep, I did that with a couple of my books. And for Yellowface, it was on page 26, and the paragraph was, "That's all it takes for my tears to start flowing. But that's a good thing," says an awful, cynical voice in my mind. Crying makes my grief look genuine. It deflects from the fact that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. And that was like the first time I think I actually realized like I was going to, for 300 pages, have to sit here and read and like listen to a white woman victimize herself after choosing to do the wrong thing. And now, 30 pages in, that's certainly how I feel. This woman is terrible. I don't think... All I know about this book, I have not read this inside flap. The only thing I know is that an Asian author who is an incredible writer dies one night, and her friend from college is with her, and her friend from college, who is white, who has not had nearly as much success, steals her manuscript and sells it as her own. That is all I know. There's no doubt in my mind that this is not going to be a fun, feel-good story, you know, where the white lady learns a lesson in the end and becomes a better person. I don't think that that's what's going to happen, because honestly, quite frankly, that's a story a white person would write. Like, you know? Like, I don't think we're going to be seeing any character growth in this, and it's gonna be interesting. She has our main character's name is June Hayward, and the deceased author is named Athena. And Athena, like, right out of college, got a 6-figure book deal, like, kept selling books, and they're celebrating her signing, like, a Netflix deal for one of her books. Junie has had one debut novel that really didn't sell well and did not go the way that she was planning, and she has such, like, unfettered jealousy that is, like, bordering on extreme hatred for this woman just for her being talented. Like, it's one of those things where you start in the same place as another person, like in the same classroom freshman year, and she cannot help but just compare every single aspect of their lives and how they're different and how she should deserve the same things too. You know, it's a tired and gross thing that white people do. We do it a lot. But this woman is just like, okay, she will go like from all of this in one page. Where is it? It's not that Athena isn't talented. She's a good fucking writer. I read all of her work. I'm not too jealous to acknowledge great writing when I see it. And then immediately says, makes her look like a Chinese Anne Hathaway. That's not racist for me to say. And then goes on to, she's picked in publishing because she's pretty and cool and diverse. But I'm not racist, and she's a good writer, but she's successful because she's pretty cool and diverse. I also just thought this was funny because obviously we know the direction this book is taking, and maybe it's the cocktails or my overactive writer's imagination, but I feel this hot coiling in my stomach, a bizarre urge to stick my fingers in her berry-painted mouth and rip her face apart, to neatly peel her skin off of her body like an orange and zip it up over myself. Definitely very interesting. I literally just read the email that Junie sent claiming this is her new manuscript. Look at what I wrote. And like the very quick, barely there battle of, should I say that Athena wrote this? No, that's not going to work. It's just mine. Look at my manuscript that I wrote. I'm going to have a lot of hatred for this woman this whole time. I can just feel it. Also, obviously, we have an unreliable narrator, and I read a lot of horror and thrillers and such, and I'm very curious to see if the way that everything happened when Athena died is actually how Junie portrayed it, or if we're going to find out more that happened, or more that Junie was thinking in that moment that is not exactly what she made it seem like it was, or if that's just the thriller horror reader in me reading literary fiction. But I'm gonna go continue to devour this because I have 170 pages to go for the day. But I'm really enjoying it. This is my first R.F. Kuang book. I hate to say it. I have others on my TBR. I just haven't picked one up yet. I also think, like, Midnight Olivia said I had strife with this book and we'd talk about it later. And it's simply that I just ordered the signed special edition, like, pre-order from Barnes & Noble, and I never got it. Like, still, if I can go back in my email and find it, and it'll just say it's being delivered tomorrow. And then the next day it'll refresh to the next day's date and say it's being delivered then. UPS was like, we never got it, we can't help you. Barnes & Noble was like, we can't give you your money back, sorry. So I, for a long time, was like, I can't read that just because I'm mad at the situation. So there's me answering for Midnight Olivia and her ridiculousness. I'm gonna go keep reading. I'll update you later. I can't wait to wash my hair. This lighting is terrible. I read 244 pages of Yellowface today by R.F. Kuang. I am eating this up. Honestly, had my head not started hurting, I would have continued to binge the last 75 pages of this book because it is so just unputdownable. Like, you need to keep going. You need to know what insane shit this woman is gonna do next. Like, R.F. Kuang is handling this beautifully. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know. I am late to the R.F. Kuang game. I'm highlighting, I'm underlining, I am writing in margins, I'm just like scrawling my little thoughts. I am eating this shit up. The one sentence that I think I dog-eared the page because, like, it's just kind of the epitome of this book. But they're talking about how it's when she first, like, sells the book, sells the manuscript, and is working with an editor. And she's talking about all the editing, like, everything that they're changing about Athena's original manuscript and all of the parts of the story that are the most important that they're taking out when they're like really getting rid of the cartoonishly racist white people. No, like it's accurate, and we refuse to believe that that was our place in history. Like, just do some fucking research. Anywho, instead, we switch one of the white bullies to a Chinese character, and one of the more vocal Chinese laborers to a sympathetic white farmer. This adds complexity and the humanistic nuance that perhaps Athena was too close to the project to see. No. Translation. You got rid of a racist character, which is very accurate to the times, and instead you inserted a white savior. You erased an Asian person and you inserted a white savior. It's quite literally what you were doing with this woman's book. It's what you're doing. And I just, it's getting my blood boiling. It is like perfectly portraying the very, very fine line and the way that people toe it between just like monetary exploitation of marginalized groups and progressive representation. And it's so good. And like, you're in this character's head, so obviously there is no social commentary that is drawing a line. Like, it is, like, there's no commentary like that. It's just you're in this head of a woman who truly believes that she's doing the right thing, and she can't believe that people think it's crazy that a white woman is writing some of this shit, and, like, does she have the capacity to tell the story? Is she the person to tell this story? And it's so good. Like, I knew, like, less than 30 pages in that this was going to be 5 stars. Quite frankly, the last 75 pages could just be the same word over and over and over again, and it would still be 5 stars. I feel like there was something else, like, in the editing that was recommended that I was just like, what the hell are we doing here? Okay. My camera's gonna die, so I really need to get my shit together. Pacing really flags here, reads Daniela's comment. Do we need all of this context about the Treaty of Versailles? Seems out of place. Focus is not Chinese geopolitics, surely. She's like, I love this editor. Like, imagine having an editor that doesn't get the point of the story. Imagine an author who doesn't get the point of the story. I'm holding it up like it's R.F. Kuang. Like, in my head, this is the book that Junie has stolen. So if I'm angrily shaking it, that is why. R.F. Kuang is doing wonderful, incredible things. Ooh, some Neil Gaiman references, y'all. Didn't age well. I want what Stephen King has, what Neil Gaiman has. I just wrote, yikes. And then something was brought up later. If someone ever finds this copy, like, quite simply, it was, I am not the bad guy. I am the victim here. And I crossed out I am not I crossed out the not and I am not the bad guy. And I crossed out I am and put Athena is as the victim. Like, I'm just like, oh, let me edit this for you. Oh, okay. I know some authors who have been able to jump from scandal to scandal with their reputations perfectly intact. Mostly white, mostly male. Isaac Asimov, the serial sexual harasser. So was Harlan Ellison, David Forrester. Wallace abused, harassed, and stalked Mary Carr. These are all still hailed geniuses. And I wrote in Neil Gaiman. But I'm gonna keep, like, midnight babbling about this, and I already deleted a whole clip because I kept trying to and couldn't form words, so I need to not. I hate this woman so much. And then she also, like, she's an unreliable narrator, and some of the things that she's saying about Athena, like, I know I'm never gonna know if they're true or not, but I don't know. I want a POV from Athena's ghost. Okay, that's what I want. For the first time since I submitted the manuscript, I feel a deep wash of shame. This isn't my history, my heritage. This isn't my community. I'm an outsider, basking in their love under false pretenses. It should be Athena sitting here, smiling with these people, signing these books, listening to the stories of her elders. No shit. Like, no fucking shit. I'm getting so mad. Okay. Also, immediately before she goes to this event, I imagine the optics of an Instagram post of me eating catered Chinese food surrounded by admiring Chinese fans. all I wrote was GMWAS, which is quite frequent in my annotating, and it means gag me with a spoon. I feel like I'm talking about this book with a lot of anger just because Junie's pissing me off. It's obviously not that the book is making me angry, but I could just keep ranting about this woman and everything that's happening in this book. So instead I am going to sign off. I'm going to finish this in the morning as much as I really don't want to. I think I'm going to try to read like 125 pages of I'm a Fan first so that I can just eat this up. Because I know if I eat this up and then I switch to I'm a Fan, I'm just going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be happy about it. Okay, it's late. The TV's doing things. Every time this happens, I haven't even seen the movie, but I'm like, I want to just put like the trailer for I Saw the TV Glow. Okay, I'm rambling. So, good night, and I will see you tomorrow with an update of how my final day doing reading 200 pages a day goes. Hopefully it's before work, but very likely we'll be at 2 a.m. after work, so we'll see. See ya. It's time for the final update. It is actually a Saturday because life imitates art, I guess. You can probably tell from my voice. I choked last night at work. Which seems so ridiculous. It was like the closest I've ever been to like fully unable to breathe. It was like here, and I couldn't breathe with my mouth, but I still could a little with my nose. And I panicked, guys. And instead of just like trying to expel it, because it was close to the top of my throat, I was like, well, that's going to be crazy if guests just like see me spit up all this food. So I forced it down my throat, which was a terrible idea, which comes with a lot of side effects, which I've been dealing with now. I am too scared to eat. I have a freaking protein shake. I'm about to make soup. I'm done. But for the update, yesterday, for the final day of my challenge, I finished both Yellowface and I'm a Fan, putting me at 232 pages for the day yesterday. Let me make sure that page count is absolutely correct. Where are you going? The door is closed. Yeah, okay, 232. That's what I thought. This, I gave 2.5 stars. I didn't love it. It was definitely... I stalk a woman on the internet who's sleeping with the same man as I am. Is such a great premise. This was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I know it's supposed to be feminist and we're talking about all these great things like class and race, and I just felt like we were hitting all of the very basic like top points of those themes and just wrapping it up in really nice writing. That being said, the writing was really good. I was highlighting a lot of stuff. I just like wanted this woman to like, girl, get up, okay? Like at some point, get over this man who does not give a flying fuck about you. And that is just not the direction the story went at all. So that was 2.5 stars. Yellowface, I think I'm gonna land at a 4.5. It's not just like, boom, like yes, 5 all-time favorite. That being said, I ate it up. I was scrawling in the margins, like I said. It was so good. I can't really tell you much more about the plot than... Oh my god. I can't tell you much more about the plot that I haven't already. But I thought, you know, it was really well done. It was a great first R.F. Kuang book for me. And I'm really excited to hop into more of her work. I have the Poppy board just sitting on my shelf, so excited to hop into it. Okay, talking hurts. So we are in fact gonna wrap this up. I'm happy I did this. This was like a great little experiment. I just feel like I couldn't pick up a book and it was so hard, and now I'm really, really excited to just keep reading and grabbing stuff off of my TBR. I want to know, the thing is Olivia knows, and editing Olivia knows, she'll put the correct thing on the screen. I can't for the life of me remember how many pages I read on Tuesday. I know it was like barely over 200. It was either like 202 or 204 or something. We're going to call it 202 because I want to do the quick math, and editing Olivia will already probably have the real answer on the screen. But on Monday I read 201 pages. Tuesday we'll call it 202. I feel like for some reason my total was 204 or 404, but whatever. And then I read 209 pages on Wednesday. And then on Thursday I read 244. And on Friday I read 232 for a grand total of 10,000. Girl, 1,088 pages. And I finished 4 books. So pretty good if you ask me. I was really happy to get to another Ibiza Boy. I really want to read another R of Kwong, and maybe I would pick up some of Sheena Patel's poetry, because again, the writing was good. It was just, that was not what I was expecting for that book, and it just did not work for me. And Slewfoot, a 3.5. Did some fun things. I understand why everyone enjoys it. I wish more people talked about some of the things this white man was saying about indigenous people, but whatever. Not whatever, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna sign off because I am in pain. I have to go to work from 5 to 2 a.m. and just talk all night, so I need to stop talking now. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all soon with another video. Bye! Okay. Go team.